on here, I went and looked, you know, the average impact is gonna be $22. You know, wherever these folks are coming up with these inflated numbers are just inaccurate. So it's, again, having those other voices besides you guys. Your voice is important, but having folks outside the district, you know, saying, no, wait a minute, that's not right. You're not being accurate in that. This is what it is. And again, it's mainly trying to not convince people, but educate folks about school funding, because I just left a meeting when somebody said, well, if they got too many administrators, if they would just get rid of the administrators, half the administrators, they wouldn't need to do this. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, the operating referendum that they're looking for is going to raise about $8 million a year. How many staff would it take to make $8 million? You'd have to fire to make $8 million. I said, there is no staff cuts that you can make to make $8 million a year. I mean, so it's just the numbers and again, the funding formula and how schools are funded. It's so complex that very few people, which includes our members of the General Assembly, understand it. And so when the members of the community are trying to understand it, it really, I mean, it's when you get in the weeds, and then you start pulling your hair out, because then I get confused about numbers and stuff. So it's hard, is the short answer. We just have to have, again, as much factual information as we can, and as many voices as we can that's helping echo those.
You talked about May and November elections. What are your thoughts on special elections for referendum?
Well, they're tricky, because then that's the only reason somebody's coming out to vote. And so, they can be costly. I don't know if you've checked, but they can run, you know, a couple $1,000s per precinct is what some clerks have told me. And then, you know, you can get the community, you know, it's like you're spending money on this when you could have waited until there was an election. So, I mean, I think that they've had some success. There's been referendums passed in a special election, but I think we really need to make sure that we've done a good job on the front end of education and outreach, because I think that if you're having a special, then you're inviting, again, this is the only thing that we're coming on Tuesday, yes or no, and it's really, I think, can be challenging.
Anybody else? Anybody from the audience that heard anything they'd like to ask a question about? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Terrell.
Sure.
Once again, this was information.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you guys for the opportunity. And if you think of something, have any other questions in 2 hours from now or tomorrow, feel free to get in touch
How
with me.
far is your drive home?
Indy 3.
Oh, see, we got plenty of time to call.
Yeah, you got time to call. That's right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Safe travels
Safe
back. Don't feel the need to stick around for the last couple of items if you want to.
Okay, well, thank you very much, appreciate it.
That goes for you as well.
As
Thank
I
you
was
for sticking around
saying
for
there,
that.
that's strictly informational, so that's nothing that we need any kind of action on by the board. So we'll move on to item G.